Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to another round of Jandal Racing League. Today we are at Laguna, Seca, and I have a special guest with me in the com box. Welcome, Adrian Palat.
Hello, how are we?
We are well, mate. And how is yourself?
Oh yeah, not too bad considering I'm not racing, but yeah, keen to be with on the comms team for the first time this season, or first time ever actually.
Oh, first time ever com box.
Not quite as professional as Mr. Harry, but I'll give it my best shot.
Look, we can't all be that professional, and we do know that. But Harry is sick in bed due to over drinking, I do believe, and he's very soft, so he won't be making it tonight, unfortunate for himself. And yeah, it'll just be me and you tonight, and around Laguna Seca, mate, with a good look of the field as well. A good field of cars.
Absolutely, we've just put the server up and there's 14 drivers in so far. The practice server had, I think, 26 or 27 people in it, so yeah, hopefully we can get up there.
Yeah, hopefully we get a good turnout. Now, you are one of the admin guys and one of the topper crew.
The topper crew.
Yeah, the faster of the, like at the pointy end of the grid, mate, so...
Oh, I try, I mean, yeah, I've had a bit of a rough season, but, yeah, sitting in fourth at the moment.
And you're out today for hardware issues, if I'm correct?
Yeah, my wheel is dead, and I couldn't get my backup in time, so should be back next week.
Oh, that's at, where are we next week?
Hungary next week. It's a new format for us. We're doing what we're calling a super sprint. Well, it's not really a new format. It's a bit of a flashback. When Jandal first started, we were doing essentially 2 race sessions. It was a 20-minute session and then a 40-minute session. So we're going a little bit back to that.
Oh, very nice, very nice. And Hungary is one of your more favourable tracks.
I love that track. It's an awesome track.
So just here at practice at the moment with 7 minutes left. Current temp at 29 degrees on track. Couple of new names. Nicholas Macbeth is a new one, I do believe.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. As I just go over to him and he's just gone off the track at the corkscrew. I believe he races at one of the other leagues. I think it is FNL1, which has changed their name to something else now.
Rightio.
I believe I've seen him around in the multi-leagues.
Yeah, right. In the multi-leagues, which will be next weekend. So we'll have a hiatus from Jandal next weekend for the Hungary, because we do have the 4-hour multi-league, I do believe.
That's a good point. Yep, we do.
So currently, what's a good lap time around here, Adrian? I was doing 26, 27s, but I know they're not very quick. So what's your perspective of a quick lap time around here?
Oh, 1 second, I'm just being told that the settings are wrong.
The server settings?
Yep, just give me
a
second. Season 6. Just give me a minute, I'll sort this out.
Yep, you're right. So currently we've got James Foster at the top of the timetable with Ethan Wilcox P2 and Samuel Carlson in P3. As I finished that, Adam Falconer has gone top of the table with a 25.6. Dad Palat doesn't go. He must have been validated somewhere. Oh no, he's just on an out lap. Ukraine, that is DJ was. Now we were hoping that his name would actually be forced to change back to DJ was, but obviously that's not the case, unfortunately. So yeah, 25.6 at the moment is top time for... No, someone's left.
Unfortunately, we've had to restart the server.
Oh, okay. That would be why. So
yep, I had to... Well, I've actually... That doesn't matter. It'll be right. Cool.
You had it for a dry race when it should be a wet one.
I wish.
Give us something to order.
Server settings.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it was just the session times essentially that had to be changed.
Yep.
Some people are more bothered about that than others, but
yep,
it is what it is.
So, so the new one has restarted, I'm assuming?
Yep, it's just gone back up. Ro is first to join, and we've got 11 drivers in there now.
Alright. So, WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna, Seca. Yeah, so here we are again, 28 degrees. 10 AM practice session.
In regards to your last question, sorry, just before I got a little bit distracted.
No, that's...
The race times or the lap times that we're supposed to be expecting, up on the pointy end, you'll probably see either in the low 22s or the high 21s. I think I've heard of a 21.8 was the fastest so far.
Jesus.
But in race sessions generally, you'll see people pull out some pretty quick far out, can't even talk, quick times.
Yep.
Midfield you'll probably see 25, 26, and anything up down to 28 to 30 in the back of the field.
Back half of the field. Alright, now why isn't this doing what it's meant to be doing? Running multiple screens gets me every weekend. Seems to be every bit of technology, never wants to work with each other.
That's it.
Okay, so back to practice. We are currently sitting on board a Gunter Rowe sitting in pits, but I will change that as soon as I get something working here.
Well, Mr. Foster has just passed the line going on to his first time lap. I think he is not the first. He's not the first. Well, he is actually the first. He is,
yeah. Yep. So I am currently running on board with him.
The Porsches seem to be a really popular choice this weekend. Quite a few cambered corners, which help the instability of the Porsche. It likes to step out in the rear, and having a cambered corner helps that.
Alright, this program is still not working. Yeah, I would have thought the Porsche would be great for next round though.
It also will be, but I think next week, as we go into one of the hairpins, they're 3 wide.
Oh.
Well, not hairpin. It's actually just a little bit more than a 90 degree, but they were 4 wide. Next week you'll probably see a lot of Ferraris.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yep. The Porsche and the Ferrari seem to be fairly on par with each other at Hungaroring, as we see a car spin at the corkscrew. I'm not sure who that was.
Car 28, which is Rob Mitchell.
Yep. He seems to be pretty quick this weekend, so...
Yep. And welcome back old Dad Palat too, after his 4-week hiatus. I do believe, in Tasmania.
Absolutely, he'll hopefully come back a little bit more relaxed, and we might not see him at the top of the field because he'll be having a bit of a leisurely drive around.
He's still got pace though, the old man.
Absolutely. Hopefully, once he gets into the race, especially, he'll show his true skill, which is racecraft. He's essentially unrivaled when it comes to racecraft.
So it's still only a fast track at the moment. What have we got? 25.4 by the look of it.
Yep, by N. Macbeth.
By Macbeth. Currently, a lot of cars on track at the moment.
Absolutely, and Meest has just joined the server, being the 21st car.
Yes.
And he's still sitting in pits. So he's one of those drivers to watch out for, as well as Duke Delacroix.
Yep, he's always one to watch.
Absolutely, he's been putting in the hard work this season.
Yeah, totally. Where is he currently on track? Is he on track?
He's just coming up to the corkscrew now behind car 555.
Which is Macbeth.
Yep. Who's in an Aston, which is a bit of a different choice for this weekend. Yeah, it's a... as Duke has a big slide coming through the left-hander after the corkscrew, which is actually the only corner I know of this track.
Yeah, it's a very different track. I first learnt this back in IndyCar days on Windows 95, funnily enough.
I'm pretty sure... what was the game I played it on first? It's one of those games that I've... Actually, it might have been one of the MotoGP games.
Did they race GP here?
I believe so.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so we've got car 71 showing yellow flag. He's just teleported back to pit lane. So, no wind to speak of. 25 degree ambient temp, so it'll be a perfect day for motor racing.
Absolutely. We should see the race hit up to the high 30s in regards to track temp.
Ooh.
So, it's going to be interesting on tyres. We'll see everybody change tyres, unless they're a little bit silly.
Well, we thought that last weekend for the Enduro, but we were caught out on that in the combox.
Yeah, who was it that didn't?
I don't think the race leader pitted for tyres, Michael East.
Yeah, right. Good on him for being able to hold on to the tyres.
We have 20...
In fact...
Yep.
Sorry.
No, we have 22 drivers at the moment. Chris Broome running up the rear of the field.
Yep, he's running that BMW again, so we'll probably see a DQ from the admins at the end of the race. For anybody that's not aware, this season is essentially you have to run a different car every race. It's a bit of a way to get people to try something new.
Yeah, to get out of their comfort zone.
That's it.
Which is a big talking point because as much as we all practice being quick, no one practices where each car needs to stop at their pit box.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we find every week that people are stuffing up their pits.
Yeah.
Because of that.
Yep. Car 69 just had a moment of John Rambo right in front of Duke. Rambo in the M4, I do believe. See if my program is going to work for me. No, it's not. So.
We've got a DJ was Jack Warren, who is pinging all over the place. He's a red pinger.
Oh no.
So that's an interesting thing. That's what happens when you live out in the sticks.
Yeah, copy that.
So Duke has pulled a 1:23.5, which is 1.3 seconds ahead of P2 at the moment.
That's
hopefully
blistering quick.
Absolutely, especially on a fast track.
Alrighty, for some reason my external broadcasting software is not working today at all.
It's decided that tomorrow is... as Duke has left the server maybe? Oh no, he's back.
So, for some reason I can still do everything, but I can't watch my other program to select cars and do everything else.
Now we could almost set up a camera at the corkscrew permanently, because you'll see almost an incident there, like every lap.
Every lap, yep.
I've been watching the track map, and yeah, literally that's just where 90% of the yellow flags have been.
Yeah, even doing the bit of practice that I have done with the guys, seems to be a track that you can't really touch curbs on. I don't know if the curbs are they're a cliff face on the offside of the racetrack, or what the go is there, but you can't really seem to run the curbs as much as you'd think, and they really seem to eat the car, don't they? Yeah. Yep. So Danny, who's 72, Danny Palat, I think he is. He is.
Yep, that sounds about right. That's his number.
Come across the line. 810's coming across the line. That is.
He's in P2.
Yeah.
The old man.
Old
so
Danny.
The time away from the sim must have helped.
Time in Tasmania. So, just trying to get this other program running while we are in free practice.
Yep. It's good to see Nick Firth back. He's one of our Jandal veterans. He hasn't been able to race much with us lately because of life commitments and clashes with that during Sunday nights. As we head to qualifying.
As we do. So I'm going to back out quickly and then come back in.
Worries. So the first car out is car 82, Darren Bridges, followed closely by car 31, which is Duke, who is followed by about 6 cars. So we'll see a busy track very shortly. It's a short lap time, only roughly 1 minute 20s.
I was going to say with
25, so
with an 80-second lap time, you're not going to really you're not going to find any clear track, are you? Really?
Yeah, that's it. I mean,
especially with 20 odd drivers.
Darren Bridges is already a third of the way through his lap, and you've got people only just exiting pit lane.
Pit lane, yeah.
Which is the end of that train. So.
Alright. Beautiful. Software's all up and running at this stage.
Beautiful. So the track temperature has risen a little bit. It's gone up to 31, and ambient temperature is at 26. The practice server has shown some quite hot temperatures, so we might see quite a hot race.
Yeah, yep. Which will be interesting for tyre wear.
Absolutely.
As you promptly told us earlier. So, riding on board with Duke at the moment. We'll go up to Darren Bridges, I do believe, his first car on a hot lap in the Bentley of all cars. One of the biggest in the field, if not the biggest.
Absolutely. It's got the aerodynamic efficiency of a brick.
It really does. And Duke's got car 67, which is Andy Linthgard right in front of him, so that's already impeded his lap by a couple of tenths. Andy's pulled off the circuit though. So this is what we're saying is, give it 5 more minutes and I reckon there won't be a clear sector on this racetrack for these quicker guys to try and get laps in.
That's it, and it's a fairly narrow circuit too.
Which is weird because the Americans like a wide pit lane, but a very close circuit. Car 71's off at turn 3 as well, in between 3 and 4 of Smurfington.
Yep, I think it's been sorted now.
Yep.
Car 58 just invalidated his lap. Mr. Rowe.
Oh, we're watching Bridges coming around the final corner. What can he do for his first lap? It's going to be a 24.7.
Which is a very respectable time in these conditions.
In the Bentley of all cars. So
That's
watch Duke coming across the line now in the Porsche. He's got another car in front of him. Of Delta Woody in the BMW M4. Carlson goes top
faster
with a 24.2. So the lap times are coming in thick and fast now. I can't keep up with who's doing what.
Not too many invalidated laps for the first sort of group.
Oh, Duke's had a massive moment at turn 3. He had the arse massively sideways then.
Far out. He's got a nice livery going.
He does. It's one thing this game needs to improve is their custom liveries.
Absolutely, especially on certain cars. I think the Porsche is one of the weaker ones.
I think the Lexus is the weakest.
The Lexus is terrible. What is it? Just black?
Well, pretty much you can't even customise their paint jobs. You get the 4 real ones, and that's about it. I don't think you can actually add any. So, which is a real shame because it is a beautiful sounding car.
Absolutely, arguably the best sounding V8 in the game.
Yes, as Carson's still on tap, Dad Palat goes P2, 4/100ths of a second off.
Absolutely, far out. It's going to be a close one.
In the Lexus as well, funnily enough. So we've got a Porsche, a Lexus, a Bentley, and already we're seeing a bit of a stacking up, trying to make a bit of space in front of you. As Rob Mitchell goes to provisional pole with a 24.1.
Far out. So the top 4 drivers are very close.
Well, the top 5 are only separated by 5/10.
That's it. Just watching Duke go around, he's just gone a bit wide towards the end of the lap.
Still yet to settle lap, old Duke.
Yeah, he's about to start his second timed lap. He invalidated his first lap. So we'll see how he goes this time.
Coming down the unique hill into turn 2 and 3, I'm assuming this would be technically called.
Yep.
Gets out of that nicely. Now that's one of those curbs you'd want to run the outside of out of turn 3, but you can't. Run the curb all the way around here, touch the inside, and then don't really hit the outside there because it will auto spin you.
Absolutely.
Whether or not there's a Grand Canyon on the other side of that rumble strip.
Must be quicksand.
It's got to be something. It really does. Come over the dip. Really good corner if you nail it properly. Scary corner if you don't.
Yep.
Over the hill into the blind corkscrew. Another one to really muck up your braking spot.
Absolutely.
Down the hill into the sweeping left. There's a couple of different lines here. I see people taking, someone flicking up dirt in front of him. Coming into the...
21.
Now there is a massive line of traffic right in front of Duke now.
Somebody's just pulled off in front of him so he can
get past. Car 8 I think that was.
And Duke has blitzed the field by
a second.
Far out.
So currently we got Duke, we got Rob Mitchell, Darren Bridges, Samuel Carson, Dad Platt, Gunter Rowe, Nicholas Macbeth, Adam Falconer, Paul Huddy in P9, and Mike Rill is the top 10. People yet to set times as Chris Breamy and M. Seymour. I didn't think Seymour was racing tonight.
I'm not sure, but Breamy won't be setting a time.
No,
he's starting from the back.
Starts from pit lanes because he's not swapping cars. So
that's it.
That and then he'll get disqualified at the end of the race. So Ukraine still yet to set a time, and Michael East, who are both on circuit. So where is Ukraine at the moment, or DJ was, as we should be calling him? in the V8 Aston Martin. Different choice. Over that bit of a bump through the quick kink up the hill. Does he nail his braking point? Good enough.
He has.
The one
in the GT3 cars, I found that you can cut that right-hand side of the corner quite aggressively.
Down the corkscrew. I was just about to say that.
Yep, you've got that green-coloured runoff area.
Yeah, that AstroTurf. Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
It's probably the only corner on the circuit that you can actually use it.
Yeah, everything else is protected by a sausage curb.
Yep. So he's coming up to the line. What's he going to do? Where'd he go? 24.3. Put him up to P8. And then we've got...
East has also set a time, but it is only good enough to put him up to
16. Yeah, 25.6 in the Porsche. So, currently top 5 hasn't changed. Dad Plack's been dropped down. There's a car off at the hairpin, car 69. That is a John Rambo, I do believe. It is in the... God, that's almost like the bubblegum M6 paint job, that. It's been a bit of paint dyed.
Yeah, it's a bit strange. It's like somebody tipped a whole paint can onto it.
Yeah. Very different paint job.
Pretty cool.
Is a nice looking paint job, though.
Bit of a matte livery.
Yeah, so 10 minutes left to go. There's someone goes very deep into the final corner. Was that a Palat? Might have been.
Yeah, it was a Lexus.
Who's the other Lexus?
It was either Mark. It was definitely a Mark Beers.
It was a Mark Beers.
It was.
Going very deep into the final turn. One day we'll get proper research done and let everyone know how many turns there are per circuit. That day is not today.
Google search. Google. Oh wait.
So as we watch Mark Beers come up the hill over this.
Over here, there's only 3 corners of this track that have names and a straight.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so you've got the first corkscrew, which is classified as a single corner, even though it is a double apex. It's called the Andretti hairpin.
Oh yeah.
At the start of Sector 2, you've got the Rahal Straight, which leads up to the corkscrew, which everybody knows this track essentially has.
It's called, yep.
And then the corner 9, the corkscrew is technically like 2.5 corners. It's got corner 7 leading up to it, then it crests over that hill.
Yep.
Corkscrew counts as corner 8, and then it goes to 8A, apparently.
Alrighty-o.
Which is that right-hander.
Yep.
Bottom of the corkscrew. And then at the end of that, you've got the rainy curve, which is that left-hander.
That very quick left-hander, yep.
Yep, that is the only, as far as Google can tell me, the only 3 corners that have names.
Yeah, right. There you go. So, Delta Woody coming up to the second last corner. So, after all that, did you figure out how many turns there were?
There are 11.
11. Alrighty. Woody comes across the line. What's he going to do? A 124.2. Goes up on his PB.
Very nice. At the pointy end of the grid, Carson has done a better lap time. And so has Woz. Woz has put himself up into P3. Carson has put himself up. He's still in P2, however, only 6/10 away from Duke, who has also done a fast lap, who's into the 122.7s.
Yep, just come across the line with a 23.3, Duke did.
Yep, oh, somebody has gone off at the last corner.
Oh yeah, that's a Rambo, second last corner. we'll get on board that and see. He's got a lot of track behind him. There's a lot of cars in pit lane with only 7 minutes to go. Track is optimal at 31 degrees. It's probably the best we're going to see all weekend, my sneaky suspicion.
Yeah, so the track, the race is going to start an hour later than qualifying, so you'll probably see the temperature rise before dropping towards the later parts of the race.
Rob Mitchell's up into third now, bumping Woz by essentially a tenth and a half. Duke's up a tenth on his PB, fighting with a bit of traffic there in the Bentley of Bridges. He's just lost a bit of time coming out of the final turn. What can he do? A 22.69 to better his PB. Put a bit more gap on him and Carlson. Top of the table with 5.5 minutes left to go. What can anybody do? Danny Palat. Car 72 Lexus coming into turn 11.
Now we are seeing a couple of drivers towards the end of this qualifying session practicing their pit entries and pit stops.
Hey, there we go.
So we've got some smart cookies in the field.
Someone's watching the stream. Nick Firth is up a tenth at the moment, coming up the hill into, well, the only straight with a name according to Google. Which is weird because you'd think the main straight would have a name, but obviously not. So he's just lost it. He's actually down on his PB at the moment. He's lost 3 tenths out of the corkscrew alone. So that's unfortunate. No one else is really improving. Mark Beers is up 3 tenths on his PB. Coming through the corkscrew now up 4 tenths. So if he can better this, that can put him into the 26s. If he doesn't invalidate. Up half a second now, the Beers. Coming into the final corner. What can he do?
That might put him in front of Mr. Rambo.
He just lost a dab of time coming out of the final quarter. Oh boy, a tenth.
They're close there. And I think he'll keep that P20. Andy doesn't seem to be going for another lap.
No, Andy's Andy's in pits, not stuck in pits. Gunter's on an out lap. Car 58, which has just come across the line now with a car in front of him. Gunter running the only Honda, I do believe, this weekend.
Yeah, it's a bit of a strange choice.
It is. It doesn't. It sits very low and doesn't really like doing anything apart from going straight.
Extremely fast.
Mike Rill down in 15th. Michael East still only 14th quickest.
He seems to be struggling a little bit this weekend.
Yeah, with only a 24.4 as his qualifying time at the moment. Danny Palat dropped down out of the top 10 now in the P11.
He's still got some time. There's just under 3 minutes left, and he is out on track.
He is just about to finish a lap at the moment. Gunter's lost a lot of time. Duke's out on an out lap. And then the next top, so second, third and fourth are all still in pit. Ukraine in 5th is out on a lap. Darren Bridges is in pit. Nicholas Macbeth, so the new guy.
He's doing quite well, isn't he?
In the Aston, yeah, P7.
Yep.
Running car 555 with a fluoro green set of rims on it. Looks quite nice with that colour rim, I must admit. Stands out. What can he do? a 23.9. So that's a solid showing there for his first time out in the Jandal servers. No one else currently bettering any laps.
Now between P12 and P15, their lap times are only separated by not even like
a tenth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? Yep.
Especially on a track that isn't super duper duper popular.
No, we've got car 8 was out in the hills at the corkscrew. I think he's trying to leave the circuit rather than drive around it. Car 13, Michael Rill comes across the line to improve with a 24.3. Puts him up to P12. Like we just said, that gap, that 4-car group is only separated by a tenth.
Yeah, he took himself out from essentially the back of that group to the front of that group now.
Yep. He's got a Mark Beers right in front of him. Car 73. Mark's pulled off very gracefully, just covered his front grille full of dirt.
He's quite a gentleman, isn't he?
He really is. He's got a Michael Rill actually got a dad plat terrorising his rear diffuser of the M4. So we'll jump on with Dad Palat if I can find him.
We do have 15 seconds left of qualifying. I don't know if car 31, who is Duke, will make it across the line. I don't think he will, as he passes the last corner.
He's
3 seconds, and I don't think he will. No,
he just missed out, but he is. Oh, only by 2/100ths of a second he missed out on his PB. Dad Palat, what did he end up doing? A 23.667 to go 5th after all.
That's amazing.
So
a dark horse that you might see during the race is Mr. Delta Woody. The last time we raced here, his race pace was incredible. He was so consistent.
Yes. That was in a wet race, I do believe.
Yeah, that was the time that we did. Oh, that picture that you saw was the time we did it before, but the last time we did it was a special event. It was the Writers versus the Jaguars.
That's right, yes. Car 77 due to come across the line, which was... I don't even know. Who is car 77? Muriel.
Yep.
Aaron. So, Duke, another pole with a 22.69.
Congratulations to Duke.
Yeah, another... What's that now? That's 4 poles, I think.
Yeah, something like that. His hard work is paying off.
He's doing a lot of work behind the scenes. Samuel Carlson in P2. So we got a Porsche front row lockout. Nicholas Macbeth in P3. That's a very good qualifying there for the first time out.
Absolutely.
Aaron Marul in P4 in the Aston. So we got an Aston second row lockout. P5 we got Dad Palat in the Lexus. P6 Rob Mitchell in a Ferrari to go for the third row. Adam Falconer in the Lamborghini. Probably one of the most unique cars here on track at the moment. I
think he might be the only one.
I think he is, yeah. In P7, Nick Firth in P8 in another Porsche. DJ was in P9 in the Aston Martin. Darren Bridges rounds out the top 10 in the one and only Bentley. And you got Delta Woody P11 in one of the many M4s. I think there's 4. Mike Rill in P12 in another M4. And you got Paul Huddy in another Porsche. 13th. James Foster I keep going to call it Fooster for some reason, in another Porsche. And then you got Gunther in the one and only Honda in 15th. Michael East, P16. We'll just have a quick talk here, Adrian, about East. Last round's winner.
Yep.
Usually at the top 5 of the guys. What do you think his main problem is around here?
Don't know if I've seen him drive the Porsche. So it might be just be something different to what he's used to.
Trying to ride off the round, get rid of the worst car as well.
The worst car?
Well, I mean, yeah, it might be his worst car.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, it could be a track that he's not too fond of, and a car that he might not be too fond of, so he's just trying to sort of do a bit of a throwaway round. Yeah,
and then you got Ethan Wilcox. Maybe. Yes, Ethan Wilcox in the Porsche as well. And you got Table Flipper Smurthington, probably the best name on the grid. What's he driving? A Porsche as well, of course. Yep. John Rambo in the M4 of the Paddle Pop Rainbow livery.
Yep, that's it. That is actually caramel flavoured.
Caramel flavoured. There you go. And then you've got... So you got 3 mates here really close together. So you got Rambo, Mark Beers in the Lexus, and then you got Andy in the Porsche. So 3 different cars, 3 really good mates, and they're all pretty well within each limit to each other. So that'll be good.
Absolutely.
And then Chris Breen bringing up the rear of the field, just getting some seat time here in the BMW. So with a minute 24 left to go before we do any sort of formation lap, Adrian, what's your predictions here for Laguna Seca?
I think that the cars in the front row will get a good getaway at the start. Second row being Aston Martins, they generally aren't the greatest off the line. I think we'll see a Duke P1.
Yep.
In regards to P2, I'm not too sure. I mean, Carson and Macbeth, I don't know too well, but Carson seems to be quite consistent.
Mm-hmm.
But in P3, who are we going to see? I reckon we'll see Woody up there.
Ooh, that's a big drive from Woody.
Absolutely, he's a good driver. You don't see him putting in some stupid, crazy quality times, but he's a consistent driver.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I'll be back in just 1 second.
Okay.
Before the formation lap starts.
So, you have it there, guys. That's Adrian's thoughts on the race. I reckon Duke will come away with the win. I'm going to put Dad Platt as P2, just because he seems to miss all the carnage. And as Adrian said, Carlson, Macbeth and Mural, don't really know how they're going to race. Short narrow circuit, could be something brewing. So I'm going to put Dad Platt as P2. And then I reckon DJ was for 3rd for his first race of the season in the Aston Martin.
I'm going to be back. I'm just going to do a bit of a driver's briefing with these guys.
Yep.
And I'll be back directly.
Okay. So I'll run the show a bit here.
Yep, just give me a minute.
Yep. We'll just jump on board with all your drivers here, guys. Just give everyone a bit of screen time. Let the camera work do. Let cameraman Dave do his thing for a bit. Let everyone have a bit of screen time. Welcome again. We are about to get racing here at Laguna Seca. Nick Firth and DJ was almost running the same coloured paint job. When DJ was gets inside Firth, it almost looks like the one car Darren Bridges in the Bentley can ride the sausage curbs nicely, but I don't think the sausage curbs are the problem here. I think it's the quicksand on the outsides of them. So I don't know how the Bentley's going to go there. Woody, first time back for a long time. Mike Rill, another M4. Huddy's can go well as well. He's probably a bit further back than what he wanted to be. Foster, Rowe, East, Wilcox. Smurfington is at the back for some reason on my grid. Why is that?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, here we go. Coming around. Hang on. Here we go. Coming around the final turn now.
So Duke's riding his brakes real hard to try and keep the temperature into his tyres for T1.
Yep.
It's a bit of a strategy for us drivers.
Now here we go, ladies and gentlemen. A very tight run into turn one. There is a wall very close, so you can't get the inside. Duke's got the launch, absolutely climbing the hill for the Porsche. In the first time they come across the crest, Aston Martins are still too wide. The Porsches are lying and stern. There's a Lexus going on the inside here of an Aston. Dad Palat's got up the inside of Muriel. Rob Mitchell there's a Lamborghini, that's Falconer, has come up to P5 already, as our timing sheets do something completely weird. We'll just let that settle. Car 71 is already off.
Yeah, I'm just having a look at what happened to him there.
That is Smurfington. He's no longer even on. He's in pits in P1 according to my sheet.
Yeah, so nothing happened to him. He just pulled off the track.
Oh, so
bit of a strange one.
Now it's going to be hard to get any action here out of the the dipper corkscrew.
36 is off. Who is Paul Huddy, who then does a very clean rejoin. Good job, Huddy, at the back of the field.
Duke's already pulled a gap of 1.7 seconds to Carlson. Macbeth in third, right behind Carlson. Dad Palat up into fourth. It's a great first lap from Dad Palat. Falconer in fifth. Aaron Muriel in sixth. Robert Mitchell seventh. Nick Firth eighth. Mike Rill in P9. And Darren Bridges rounds out the top 10 in the Bentley. In the back, we got Michael East is in pits as well. Is this an early pit strategy?
I don't think so. I think, I think something's happened, or he's just not super keen on the car / track.
Yep, you got Paul Huddy currently running at the back of the field for the runners. He's having a look at Andy Lithgow in too wide into the little kink here. Coming up the hill, he's made it stick. Andy gave him a bit of room, to be fair, but he got it done. Chris Broom.
That is a risky place. Andy had a bit of a look going up the hill.
Very good awareness there from both of them. Duke now back at the front of the field. I thought Macbeth had a bit of a run there on Carlson, but it doesn't seem to be that way. Car 71 is making a move down pit lane. Coming out on track. Probably not the best time to be coming out on track.
Foster was looking at an overtake there on Bridges, but he conceded.
Yeah, because how close everyone is, you kind of can't just make one move. It's you got to almost dive bomb four.
That's it.
So
I mean, there's a group of a good four of them. P8 to P12.
Yeah.
And they're all really close. It's some good racing there.
Yep, and then you got Rambo, Wilcox, Beers, Broom, and Huddy, I think, is all involved in another train as well.
Yeah, Ethan's had a bit of a rough start.
Back up top, Dad Palat's being caught by Falconer in the Lamborghini. Maybe that Lexus is struggling to warm its tyres up or cool them down at this stage.
Well, yeah, the Lexus historically has been a bit sort of aggressive on its tyres, especially the rears. So might find that being an issue throughout the race.
Yeah, 45 minutes in, we should start seeing pit stops. What, 25 minutes? 20, 22, 23 minutes in, you reckon?
Yeah, we might start seeing some of the earlier drivers come in at 20 minutes. Oh, yeah, 20 minutes.
Car 266 is off, that's sorry.
And car 71 as well.
And car 71 as well. So Wilcox is... Yeah, 71 was Smurfington.
Yeah, he's having wheel issues, so he's off again. I think he has actually left the server due to his wheel issues.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Absolutely.
Gunter Rowe has also had an incident. He's down in 19th at the moment. Andy and Mark are up each other's chuff for P17, as I suspected anyway.
That'll be good. That'll be a good little battle. They're essentially best mates in real life. So.
Yep. And Chris Broom and Rambo are having a good little battle. Oh, Rambo's just hit a curb and taken it off the road. Can he rejoin safely? Broomy gets past.
He has.
So does Huddy, I do believe it was.
Yep, there's a bit of a gap behind Rambo now, between him and Mark Beers.
Yep. So Duke back at the top. He's got a 3.8 second lead currently.
As car 82, who is Darren Bridges, overtaking to the last corner on Mark Reel.
And Nick Firth is right here as well, so he could get up to P8. He was just in trouble from Foster, I do believe, last lap around. Foster was having a look at him, who's now got Ukraine right up his gearbox.
He might be struggling a little bit. Mr. Woz is absolutely right up the inside of him.
What can he make? What can he make happen? Where's the Aston strong points around here compared to the Porsche? Obviously, the Porsche is going to pull out of the corners. I think. Was there a move there? Did Firth get around Rill just then?
Yes, he must have.
Car 73's off. That is car 73. That's Mark Beers.
Oh no.
Car 67's off as well. So Andy and Mark have both had offs. Well, one turn apart from each other.
Really squirrely moment between Foster and Woz. Oh, as Foster goes
Foster's
off.
If
that was a bit of a tap, or if that was a bit of snap oversteer, as well as Woody. Woody went off as well. My predictions aren't working.
So Woody in the M4, something different to what he's comfortably known as. Rambo's had an off as well, has he? No, he's just got a big gap between himself and Ethan.
Now look at the gap between Duke and the rest of the field so far.
Yeah, it's 6.6 seconds live timing.
Yeah, he was in the same sector as Andy for quite a section of the track. So it won't be too long before you start seeing blue flags for Andy.
We've got a battle here for P2 as well, effectively 3 guys in it. Carlson, Macbeth and A. Palat.
Oh, wow. D. Palat?
Well, yeah, D. Palat, but it's A. Palat.
D. Palat. It gets a bit confusing, eh? Yeah, that's really close. They're probably within half a second of each other.
They are, and if they scrabble too much, Falconer will come back in that Lamborghini as well.
It'll be a battle of 4.
It'll be a battle of 4, and not one of them are in the same car as any of the others, so...
That's really cool.
Truly a diverse group of vehicles here today. So what sort of lap times did everyone just do? So Duke did a 23.5 to Carson doing a 24.4, Macbeth doing a 24.3, Dad Palat doing a 24.6, and Falconer was the quickest of the battling four of a 24.1. So Falconer's coming in that Lamborghini. Any of these boys make a hiccup, car 4 has got a train behind him. Who's that? That's Nick Firth.
Yep.
Oh, that was Ukraine having a bit of a moment. He saved it.
Massive moment.
Very well caught there by Ukraine. We caught that at the very end of it. Car 36. Paul Huddy and Chris Broom are still nose and tail.
Now Deepalat right now would be absolutely just hysterical. He'd be so happy just being back in the sim and just having some good racing.
Yeah, good clean racing at the moment.
Yeah, and he might, or any of these drivers could go for a move into T1.
You'd think you'd give it to Carlson first. No, what's...
Macbeth is... Oh, no.
Carlson's defending.
No? That's it.
Palat's got a... Palat's going on the inside. What a move by Palat. A little bit of rubbing. We don't mind that.
Absolutely not.
Now, what can he do up against the Porsche?
I reckon he'll get him.
I reckon he's got the pace at the moment.
He has.
Is the only other person in the 23s at this stage.
He quite likes that Lexus.
He really does.
And he isn't bad at this track, although he doesn't like it. He's good at this track.
He says that about every track, though.
Yeah.
It's like you saying that you haven't driven here for 7 months and then you go and blitz the field, time-wise.
Except for Duke.
So Duke's already lapped car 8, which is Michael East,
who did pit for 5 laps.
Who has, yes.
He must have, been really busting for a poo.
Well, it's actually almost 6 laps he pitted for. He's done 2 to Duke's doing his 8th now, or his 9th now. So, Dad Platt on the outside here at the hairpin. What can he do?
Maybe the over-under?
Didn't work for Macbeth. Hasn't worked for Dad.
Oh.
Or has it?
No, he almost got taken there.
Oh, he's hit the curb.
Yep.
Macbeth's got the run now. He's got the inside. Macbeth retakes P3. Oh, Dad Platt's got the switchback.
What racing we've got going
This
on.
isn't... This... Dad's
He's got
around the outside. What a great move. Falconer's just sitting back going, yep, I'll watch all 3 of you take each other out.
Yep. Now behind that group, we've got Muriel and Mitchell.
And Mitchell, yep.
And just behind them, we've got Mike Real, who's...
Oh, Falconer's had an off and he's now in trouble by a mural. So now Falconer's on defensive.
That's closed Mitchell up to Muriel as well.
And Real's in this battle. So we got battles everywhere. Battle for P2's kind of thinned out a little bit. Dad's going to have another charge, no doubt. But there is a 5-way battle here for P5, effectively. P5 to P10.
Chris Broom is also on the diffuser of Paul Huddy. Broomy being one of our faster drivers is pushing his way from the back. He started in P20 or P20. I think it was P21 actually. So he's up into P15. He's going to go for a move into turn 1 on the outside as Paul Huddy defends.
Yeah, the M4's just got the braking power, I think, over anything in the field, being newer technology.
Yeah, and it's so stable under brakes.
And he gets that job done. Made it look easy.
Very cleanly.
Probably wasn't all that easy. Those two are good mates, though, to be fair.
Yeah, definitely.
There'll probably be
Chris Broom now has Firthy, who they actually have met each other in real life.
Yes.
But there is quite a gap there.
Yeah, 7 seconds at the moment.
Yep. Now Firthy is quite an experienced driver, so we might see.
Oh, Broomy's had it off. Can he keep it? He's kept it. He's kept it all that time in the Bentley with tail slides. Really helped him there. As now we go back to the front because Dad Palat's lining up Carlson again.
Yep, I don't think he's close enough this time.
As you say that, Carlson goes defensive.
He does go for a very different line through that.
Carlson went very defensive. Yeah, he's there. Car 13's got a bit of a train as well. That's Mike Rill.
As the old man goes.
As the old boy goes on the inside.
What a move!
What a move!
Now he has to defend the inside here.
Oh, he's using his indicators. That's against the rules. That'll be a race ban. Dad Palat moves up. Yeah, very clean as well.
Now he's into P3 after being off the wheel for a good month.
Yeah. Well, yeah, P2 now.
Yeah, P2. Sorry, my timesheet just hadn't
updated.
Ooh, he locks up into
he
the
goes
screen.
deep.
Now the three of these guys are so close.
They really are. Falconer's got away from Real. Real's got away from Mural. Mural's pulled a bit of a gap away from Mitchell, but Mitchell's still got Bridges Ukraine right up his trumpet.
Yep.
So again, there's no real definitive answer on what's quick.
Yeah, I mean, now that the old man is in front of Carson, he's in his element there.
Yeah.
Where he can defend. Now,
yep.
Carson's going to go up the inside and wait for my cameraman to tell me. Carson is still right behind him. Let's see what happens here.
I think the only spot the Porsche could get him is up into the corkscrew under brakes.
Yeah, which is a bit of a risky one because you as you go over the crest, it unweights the car.
Yeah, very unstable.
Yeah, it's sort of high risk, high reward sort of thing.
Chris Broom catching up to Paul Huddy again.
Now, a little bit off topic here, but Alfa Romeo, the Formula 1 team, have just released their livery for this year and it looks absolutely beautiful.
Oh. I do like the Haas's new livery though. It says send nudes, not nukes. Obviously for the Russia-Ukraine.
Oh, somebody's just gone into the pits.
That's car 555. That's Macbeth.
So that
very early.
Quite an early pit.
Very early pit.
Car 523 as well, who is Falconer, has just gone off the track.
Oh no, he was having a great battle.
And he hasn't diverted straight into the pit, so he's going to go for another lap at least. But car 555 just done a splash and dash, so he just stopped for just a few seconds.
That's an interesting call. If you're pitting this early, why wouldn't you put tyres on?
Yeah.
And then get the benefit of fresher tyres now.
Maybe he's just done it for track position. I mean, he was stuck behind quite a few people, so
he was. Yep.
Being stuck in the air has
car 188's off.
188. Yep.
Who is that?
Jay Foster.
Oh, yes, it is too. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. When I made that comment earlier about being a little bit special for not taking tyres, I didn't think of the fact that it was a 45-minute race and not a 1.5 hour race. So I'm a little bit special here.
So Duke still pushing 23.4 he did on his last. His PB is a 22.8.
Far out, that's fast.
Dad Palat is the only other driver to get out of the 24s on... Oh no, Delta Woody's done a 23.9. So there's only 3 people on track at the moment that can go 23s or quicker. Carlson's got back in front of Dad Platt. Sorry there, Adrian.
It's alright, Jay Foster's just entered the pits. So
oh yes. So's Gunter Rowe.
Made a mistake. Yep.
Showing me Gunter Rowe, but he's...
One hasn't said that.
Gunter's been in pits for a while. He's only done 4 laps. So we must have lost Gunter pretty early on.
Yeah, he's not even showing, is he?
No. There's no Honda on the circuit, so... As Dad Platt's having a run up into the corkscrew, they're too wide.
Right.
This doesn't work. Dave, oh, he's gone the over and under. He's on the outside run now. He's going to have the inside for the next corner, though. Oh, he lost all the traction coming out of the corkscrew.
Yeah, you get on the marbles out there and you don't have anything.
Great racing. Dad Platt would be sitting... Oh, Carlson's in pits.
This could work for the old man as he has some free air in front of him.
Free air, yep.
A couple of fast laps. Then he might be good.
Ukraine's in pits as well. So we're seeing very early pit stops here.
Yeah, quite a few early pit stops. It is about 20 minutes into the race now, so almost halfway in. So we will start seeing a lot of drivers go through.
So just car 69 of John Rambo comes around the final corner with car 555 in front of him. Nicholas Macbeth.
So Woody's in P6, go you good thing.
Go you good thing.
Go onto the podium.
So Macbeth being the first of the pit stoppers.
Yeah, it was a really early one.
Is that... I know Carlson is technically P1, first of the pit stoppers. He's down in 12th.
Macbeth has just taken... I know.
Yeah, I just saw that as well. Yeah.
Unless Carson just had an incident, I'll just have a look at the replay.
Yeah, I think Carson mustn't have had an off. He is 5
Carson?
seconds.
Yeah.
5 seconds down at the moment, so I reckon he's just had an off. So Macbeth takes provisional lead.
So what happened was the timetables hadn't updated. Carson was leaving the slip lane for the...
Yep.
And Macbeth got past him.
Okay, so there wasn't an issue. Car 36 is in pits, which is Paul Hudd.
Mr. Huddy.
Mr. Huddy. So still yet to see the top 10 come into pits.
Now Ethan and Woz are going at it. Woz must have had an off because Ethan was quite far back. Oh no, sorry.
No, Ethan hasn't pitted yet. Yeah.
Yep.
So it's effectively a pit stop in front, Ukraine, or was. But by any means, that won't mean Ethan will get out of his way. It'll make it harder for him.
Not at all. He's not getting blue flags, so.
No. So they'll race for it.
Yep. Now Duke has just crossed the line, not in the pits.
Yep.
He's going for a late one, I think.
16 laps into it, still doing 23.4. Dad Platt had a bad lap that last lap, doing a 25.1. So, and Duke is officially a sector and a bit in front.
Wow. So Woody and Bridges are having a bit of a battle here, going into turn 1.
2 completely different cars.
Yeah, both front engine actually, which is something I wasn't expecting to see too much of at this race.
You're right there actually. Saying that,
And
second, third, fourth are all front engine.
Woz is still trying to get past Ethan. They're very close into the last corner.
Yeah, I don't think the Aston would out-drag the Porsche though. That's the problem.
Yeah, it's not a super long pit straight, so the Porsche has better acceleration than what's it called?
The Aston. Yep. And
the Aston has more balls. As Ethan has
a big massive moment
into the wall.
Into the wall. There's a bit of damage there.
Yep, that was a really big one. So Carson and Macbeth are still going at it.
Yeah. Oh, Macbeth on the very ragged edge of that turn there, coming up the hill.
So this is probably the closest battle that we've got at the moment. Ooh,
oh, he's gone very deep. He's gone extremely deep. Has he lost the position he has?
To Carson.
Michael Reel's in pits now. As Duke gets around Ethan there, up near the corkscrew. So there now what? A 125.6 from Dad Palat. Now he's battling these two we're watching at the moment of Carlson and Macbeth. And Carlson done a 125.1.
Oh, so that'll be close.
So Dad Palat actually lost time that lap on Carlson, so that could be very tight again for second position.
Absolutely. We'll see what he does this lap, whether he comes into the pits or whether he stays out.
He is on track by himself at the moment. He's still hanging out.
Yep,
Dad Palat.
And car 73 and car 523 are very close. 523 will be overtaking him, so...
Yeah, I was going to say 73 beers.
He's just pulled over to the side.
Just pulled over to let him go. And that is... who's in the Lamborghini? Falconer.
Yep.
So, which is up into 6th position.
So Carson... Oh, Ethan is coming out of the pits.
I was just going to say, who was that coming down out of pit lane there?
Car 73, who is Mark. So Ethan's just coming out just behind Mark.
Right behind Mark. No. So that could be a tasty little battle if Mark actually fights it.
Yep.
Mark being the gentleman racer, usually doesn't fight anything, just lets everyone drive on by.
He's just happy having a good drive.
Yeah, just happy being there. Duke's got
so top seven haven't pitted yet.
Duke's gone again for 19th lap. So top.
He must be quite happy with those tyres, so he's just taking it as far as he can.
Yeah. Yep. And he just lapped, I think that's Andy in 67, it is. So, currently still only three people out of this race. Michael East is still currently lapping.
Bridges has just gone into the pits, letting Nick Firth past.
So is Dad Palat, actually.
Yep, he's about to finish his stop, hopefully.
As a Bentley just drives straight through him. Rambo's had enough. Oh, that's a dangerous rejoin. That's very dangerous. He's trying to get a flick spin, but overspins it. That could have had...
The old man has stopped for tyres, and Bridges had a splash and dash. Bridges actually leaves the pit lane.
Jumps out.
Danny has had a drive-through.
Oh no!
So there goes his race.
And he's considerably away behind Macbeth and Carlson as well. So
yeah, I think he stopped for tyres.
I think he would have had to, yeah.
He was in the pits for quite a while. I mean, he was already stopped before Bridges
even got in, yeah. Rambo's had another off. So Rambo's M4 rear tyres are not liking their life anymore.
we're looking forward to the end of the race in 16 minutes.
Yeah. As we got car... Where are you, Ukraine? You are in 8th position. Got a bit of a battle on his hands. Got Darren Bridges freshly out of pits and Dad Platt with fresh tyres.
Now, did we want to pull anybody into the commentary box?
I reckon we could pull a Chris Broomy in. He's always keen for a chat.
Maybe. I'll see if I can... There we go. Make my Discord a bit bigger.
Car 89 has got someone right up their trumpet. Who is that?
Broomy.
Howdy.
How you going?
Yeah, right.
We got a move here, sorry. Car 555, Nicholas Macbeth has just got around Carlson for P2 again.
Now the old man has just gone through the pits again and he's got himself a stop and go.
Oh no!
So he must have sped into the pits again.
Yeah, he knew about it too, eh?
No, that's the worst.
He,
It doesn't show you until after the pits.
he would be ferocious.
I mean, he was up in P2 for quite a while there.
Yep.
Yeah, he was killing it.
So Broomy, how's your race going? I mean, you started from the back and you're up in P5 without pitting. You're the last of the
Non-pitters?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I may have fucked up on my fuel. I still got like 50 litres left, so...
Put 1 litre in when you pit or something.
Yeah, well, I was thinking I'm going to go right to the last lap and make some people sweat, and then, yeah, pit.
Yep. The mind game's happening.
Oh, always.
You got Falcon of 5, 8 seconds up the road, but I don't think that's right either, is it?
13 on my screen.
Yeah, no, Falcon has got someone else behind him. It's just showing the gap to the car behind, not to the race position behind.
Yeah, Ethan's sitting between me and him.
Yeah, yep. So he's obviously yet to pit as well. Macbeth closing up on you very closely. He's currently P2. You're going to fight that spot, Broomy, knowing he's going for second position?
89 has
Does a bear
had
shit
enough.
Yeah, Carlson's had enough.
Big off, and he's lost quite a few positions there.
Yeah. Lost it to Ukraine, to Bridges. Still can't believe fucking numbnuts has called himself Ukraine.
Yeah,
honestly.
It's not,
It really is.
I mean, we have seen a few Ukrainian liveries tonight. And Duke's running what looks to be resembling a Russian livery.
Well, funny you say that. My wife got a tattoo Thursday. And
Is it the Ukrainian flag or?
No. But you're gonna get a chuckle out of this, and I'll put a picture up in the Discord server later. But to put the dot on the top of an eye, it's almost like the Russian flag Warhammer signal that they've got on their flag.
Oh, no.
And I said to her, why have you got that on your shoulder for? And she's like, oh, that's just a dot for the eye. I'm like, no, it's not. That's a Russian flag signal.
Your wife's a communist.
So I might need to flee the country after this.
Yep.
John Rambo and Mark Beers have a good and old scrap here.
Hey Broomy, we'll move you back up. Thanks for coming to the com box.
Oh, good.
Or Brappy's pleasure boxes as we call it.
Yeah.
Go off with that.
Rambo's got a Beers sweating on him. No, he doesn't. Beers is gone. Where'd Beers go? No, he's not. He's right there.
I might pull Dazza into the chat. He's having a good race. He's the only Bentley, so we might have a chat to him about why he chose that.
All right, let's do that then. Let's bring Dazza in.
Beautiful. Let's see if he'll be keen to chat. I mean,
he has got Ukraine right in front of him.
Maybe we won't. You know what we should do? We'll bring Woz into the chat and see if he'll have a chat. We can see if we can influence some closer racing.
Upset some people.
Yep, that's it.
Copy.
Oh. How you going, Woz?
Mate, fuck me, I've never complicated this part in my life.
How are you, Ukraine?
There we go, that's what we wanted. He's now 0.4 of a second behind or thereabouts.
Yep.
Yeah, you fucked me up. Mate, I don't know how lap 1 I was into 13th, and now I'm cruising around 5th. Essentially 4th because Broomy's still got a pit, but oh shit, I forgot to change down gear.
Oh, and Bridges is having a look. Too wide there, don't work, son.
Oh wow, that was a good pass.
You've got a Carlson right behind you coming up too there, Ukraine. We might just continue here talking to him. He might stuff up in a minute. We'll have a big off.
Yeah. Maybe we should throw it back.
Yeah.
See you later, Woz.
You guys are some fucking Russian agents, I reckon.
Mate, it's your name. You made it a little bit obvious.
Yeah, yeah.
See, it was just too easy. Cheers, mate. We'll throw you back up there.
Thank you. I'll try and get this bloke.
Yep. No, you won't.
Keen to watch it.
So now that we've done that, we've got a battle of 3. And the next 2 behind them are also battling as well. So there could be a battle of 5 here in this little train. Where's Dad Palat? Down in 16th position.
72, and he's chasing down.
He's chasing down, yeah, Falconer, but that's to unlap himself. Yeah.
Yep. So Macbeth is trying to go for the overtake on Broomy at the moment.
Oh.
That's a little one. Broomy still hasn't pitted, same as Firthy.
Same as Joe.
Firthy is quite a bit up the road though, so he might come out in quite a good position.
Yeah.
Yeah, Duke snuck under the radar and pitted while we weren't watching.
Has he pitted?
He has, yeah.
Jeez, he's still got a massive gap.
Yeah, I mean he's lapping a good second or 2 ahead of everybody else per lap.
Yeah, good point.
That battle from P5 to P8?
8, yep, 9.
Even P9 is still happening. That's a good one.
Yep. Ukraine still hasn't got anyone yet.
With 8.5 minutes left to go.
I reckon this could be the battle of the race here.
Yep.
To get the end of the... Oh, as Carlson has a look.
Yep. Woz has got the inside. He's ahead of him into the next corner. Now, I wonder if he's struggling a little bit with tyres.
Who? All of them?
Missed all of them, but especially Woz.
Yeah, I don't know that. Yeah, I don't know. It's he hasn't really put too much work on his tyres. He had a couple of offs there.
Yeah.
Had a couple of big slides. So whereas Carlson's only had that one that's cost him all his positions.
Yep. Mike Reel was pretty keen to get past
Carlson. I was just about to say that. Yeah, he's
saw him have a little bit of a look before.
Yeah, when Carlson couldn't quite get around, Reel was right there having another look. So
trying to capitalise on those mistakes.
Yeah. So very tight racing here. Nick Firth stays out. Chris Broom stays out.
7 minutes left. 7 minutes left of the race.
Mike Reel's just gone deep. And Carlson's having an inside of Ukraine. Down the hill. He's got that stuck. Ukraine's going to have to go very deep.
Oh, might get him. No.
Nah. No chance.
Sometimes, when you're in an overtaking position there, that double apex corner becomes a single apex, and the person behind is able to sneak in there and do a bit of a block pass.
Yep.
So I was maybe thinking that he might get that there.
Now this has let Bridges absolutely run away here. So what was effectively a battle for 5th is now a battle for 6th. with Carlson, Was and Real. And if they're not careful, your old mate Woody will come up. Real's still...
I hope so.
Real's
still got
pretty keen to get around here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I do believe Real is from the great state of Western Australia.
What a shame.
Now, don't be like that. I thought he was having a look, then he's just showing the nose to Was.
Let's see what he does here. He's pretty close. I mean, Mike Reel is one of those drivers. He loves to do the old dive bombs up the inside as he pulls out. Was covers it, and he's still gonna have a go. He's had to concede that.
Was covered it over the hill, but not down into the braking zone though.
Yeah, so he took that like straight line through there.
Yeah, he took real speed off him effectively.
Which, I mean, he's allowed to do.
Oh yeah, totally.
I think within this class of driving, you're only allowed to move once to defend for an overtake.
Yep. As he has a look on the inside, no, didn't quite get it done. So what we will do for a lap, let's run in cockpit here with Mike Rill for a lap on the M4.
All you'll be able to see is the back of an Aston.
And the front of another M4 through the rearview mirror. Very different lines through there. I think Was might be nursing a couple of hurt rear tyres though.
Yeah, with the fact that the track is 37 degrees
still,
on the
yeah.
surface, any sort of incident or slide or anything like that really damages the tyres for quite a while. They take a long time to come back to good health.
Or was that a touch?
I'm not sure, I didn't see that.
Has he got up the inside? Go to helicam. Oh, they're side by side. Reel around the outside. Can he make it move?
Right, now Was is on the outside. Oh, he's on the inside for this corner, but he's going to be on the outside for the next corner.
Oh, but Reel can't hold it now. Woody's coming through. On the outside now, Woody. Woody's got it done before the braking zone.
Now, Woody was probably there, just munging on a good muesli bar.
Yeah.
Just plotting his way through. Wishing he was on his bike.
Yep. Currently on a kayak.
Yeah.
Coming into the corkscrew. One of the more famous corners around the world.
Yeah, it's pretty iconic. It's when you talk about American tracks, it's one of those few corners that everybody knows of.
Now, funnily enough, Macbeth still hasn't got around Chris Broome. Darren Bridges...
Broomey just being an absolute menace.
Yep, as he does.
As he lets him past. Now, speaking of American tracks, Assetto Corsa Competizione is supposed to be bringing out a pack with some American tracks in it.
Yeah, and a couple of new cars, I do believe.
Yes, not necessarily GT3 cars, but some more Super Trofeo and.
Oh, Woody's got around Ukraine. Sorry, just to stop you there for a second. So Woody's now up to 6.
Woody's got around both of them.
Yeah.
Well, next he'll be up into 3rd. Ooh, as Was as well as Mike Reel go off the track.
So, Woody's making a late charge. I don't think he's going to catch Carlson, though.
Oh, Carson's just gone off the track, actually, so there's a chance that he might. Carson's had an issue with Rambo as he's trying to lap him.
With Rambo?
Yep, in the paddle pop coloured car. Unless there's another... Oh, yep, no, it was Rambo.
Oh, yes. Chris Broome's in the pits to relinquish
with a lap left.
With a lap left, as he did say to us here in the pleasure box.
Yep. So 1 or 2 laps left, and he's in the pits.
So the only prediction we're going to get right, mate, is the winner, I do believe.
Yeah.
You said either Macbeth or Carlson will get P2.
Yeah, it's hard to tell.
We've just got radio confirmation. Duke's just started the final lap.
The track is starting to cool down very slowly. I mean, it's not going to be making much of a difference to these guys.
No.
But just slowly it is starting to cool down.
So another great race here. Another great showing. Dominant showing by Duke. Hasn't really put a foot wrong all race. Got through the traffic nicely.
There's a second last lap charge for Mitchell and Falconer. Mitchell's trying to pass Falconer as they come into the last lap. He's just gone through the corkscrew. Now these guys are really close. They're pushing pretty hard. I can see their cars squirming all over the place.
Ukraine and Real are really close as well for 4/10 for 6th. As Mitchell comes off the final turn. Doesn't quite have the legs of the Lambo. Does the Ferrari.
Duke is just passing the old man for the second time.
I was just going to say that it looked like Duke was going slow down the main straight then.
Yep, no, he was passing the old man. So, at the end of the 8:10. So these two are still... Mike Riddle's just gotten past.
Ukraine?
Was.
Oh, he has too. Car 69's off.
To watch out for the end of the race.
Oh, Waz's had a terrible run coming up the hill though.
That might be it for him, unless he can get a good run out of the corkscrew. Mike Riddle's had a bad run through the corkscrew, so...
not bad enough though, by the look of it.
Yeah, I think he still doesn't have enough time to do it. Car 523...
is Falconer.
He's
off! Oh no! So Mitchell... Oh no, first he's just got a lapped car between him. That's Michael East. So unfortunate showing there from Michael East, only completing 27 laps out of the 32 that the leader did. So top 3 in the end were Duke with a purple lap of a 122.8, and then you got Nicholas Macbeth with a 124.1 as his PB, and a Darren Bridges with a 124.3. Carlson, Woody, Rill, Was, Huddy, Murrell and Firth round out the top 10. And then down from 11th you got Mitchell, Falconer, Foster, Wilcox, D. Palat, Mark Beers, Gunter Rowe, and now everything's swapped on me. Don't you love that? Your final...
I think Smurfenstein was the driver after Gunter Rowe.
Yeah. Any thoughts on that there, Adrian, before we end the stream?
Yeah, it was a good race. I mean, there weren't too many incidents, like big incidents. Relatively clean at a track that's quite difficult to drive.
Yep. So on that note, guys, we will see you again for the 4 hour. I don't know if that's getting commentated actually. So,
yeah, I'm not too sure who's commentating that. I think the normal commentators, Mark and Andy, are actually racing this time.
Yeah, and so am I. So that takes out 3 of the commentators. So
it might just be Harry commentating by himself
for 4 hours. That could be rather disappointing.
I reckon he can do it well.
Oh, he could. So on that note,
doesn't fall asleep.
Yeah, or throw up on his mum's shoes. So on that note, ladies and gentlemen, we'll call it quits. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for the 4 hour.